What is going on, everyone? Anthony here, and welcome back to another video here on Let's Talk Resident Evil. And in this video, I'm going to discuss the Resident Evil 1996 PC port that dropped today, June 26th, as of this recording, and I was actually able to play through it on stream, and I wanted to come back here and give a proper review of the PC port. Now, in this video, I'm only talking about the first game because as of now, even though the bundle is available, 2 and 3 have yet to come out, so I'm not sure if they're going to come out this summer or they're going to wait until the fall. Not sure, but I wanted to give my feedback because the community has been pretty mixed on this port already. The first reason is, well, it's only for PC. It's not on console. And the other reason is it's not really a remaster. It's very much a bare-bones port of the original PC version, and that includes all of the uncensored cutscenes, all of the severed heads that we need to see, and of course the SMG machine gun that is also unlockable only on the PC version of the original Resident Evil. So all that stuff is here, and it is specifically a exclusive to GOG, which is putting up, all of these, listings for the Resident Evil titles through their site. So you basically have to buy it through them, install their client, and play it through, their little app that they have, right? So it's not a Steam version either. And that's what a lot of people have also been talking about. Why isn't it on Steam? So, Steam does have DRM, obviously. You have to be online to play said games, where GOG is not. There's no DRM, so you can just play it offline. It also syncs up your save via cloud storage, but this is only on their site as of now. So that might upset some fans, but I don't want to say, never say never for this thing coming to other consoles. I know that Director's Cut is on the PlayStation Store. You do have to sign up for the PlayStation subscription service to play it on PS5, while on PS3, the original trilogy are still up for individual purchase. So a lot of people are wondering, what is going to happen with 2 and 3? Is it going to get the same exact treatment? And the answer is probably yes. Capcom did outsource to GOG to do these PC ports, so it is an official release finally in 2024. You can officially play Resident Evil 1 through 3, so that's not downloading any mods by Team X or the Seamless mods, which obviously, a lot of fans have been playing up to this point because they took the original PC ports and applied, the HD versions to said PC ports. Here, it's not widescreen. It is presented in 4:3, pretty much as the PC port was. I mean, as far as this thing being untouched, they literally just brought it over, made it work on Windows 10 and 11. I don't know if it works for Mac, not as of this recording, but you can plug in any controller. I was playing with the Xbox controller. You can also use a DualSense controller as well. So the good thing is you could just plug in any controller and play, or play it on a keyboard if you choose to do that as well, which is how I used to play Resident Evil on PC back in the day, before I had any controllers for the PC, back in 2001 when I got my RE3 PC copy. But as of this recording, 2 and 3 are not out, but I just really want to delve into, the overall port itself. How does it run? How does it play? I think for fans that have been waiting for a way to play this thing without any extra installs, extra file transfers, they can just turn on their machine and play. I think this is definitely worth the wait in that regard, because the old versions don't work on modern PCs because they were meant for, Windows 95, Windows 98, so on and so forth, right? So they're harder to run unless you got something like a fan mod that adjusted it to where it can run, which definitely is something you can do. This is mostly for people that just want to turn on their PC and just have a spot to play them. And for $26 for the whole bundle, at least that's what I paid with my tax over here in Jersey and everything else, $26 isn't too bad. Now, if they were to actually add a, remaster title to these and actually make it widescreen, or even if they kept it 4:3 and they just adjusted the graphics, improved it, made it smooth like a Seamless project, then they might have charged a little bit more. But the fact that just one by itself is $9.99 and the whole bundle is $26, you could do the math. It makes sense for these ports. Not bad at all, and I just bought the bundles immediately and then it lets you install the first game. Now, I played it on stream. I played through Jill. I got the complete ending, and I actually had no problems running this thing. I know some people had problems with the FMVs, with the cutscenes skipping in and out. For me, it showed everything. And my computer, I'm currently getting parts for a new PC, but my PC now is not very new, and it runs perfectly fine. So the only problems that I did have was that there will be an initial like skip that Jill does when she's running. It's almost like she's pushed forward or teleports forward. This happened probably a handful of times throughout a 2-hour playthrough, and it wasn't as consistent as some people were saying online, but it's still there. So hopefully that's something that gets fixed. As far as the dialogue, the amazing voice acting that we remember so fondly, that's all there. The controller is very responsive. There's nothing really cut out of this game at all. I know a lot of people also wanted this to be the director's cut because it doesn't have the arranged mode, and it doesn't have, those extra things that the director's cut had. Not the director's cut DualShock, because that version has the soundtrack that people don't really like so much. It has some memorable tracks, but that's not the director's cut that we wanted. That's actually the version that's on the PS3. If you buy it right now, it's the director's cut DualShock. But just the director's cut is an amazing, fantastic version that never really was on PC as a whole. Director's cut was only on PlayStation. So it never made a PC port, at least in the States, to my knowledge. It was always the first original Resident Evil, like this port, where it wasn't any of the extra modes. It didn't have, the things that people were kind of looking for in this version, I guess, if they thought it was going to be a complete edition. But we got Resident Evil 1, the 1996 version, or 1997 PC port to be specific, and that's basically how it plays. The cutscenes obviously still look a little pixelated. They're not as cleaned up as you would say a fan mod, because obviously they're using different sources, but it still is intact, you know what I mean? It's one thing if we got something like a director's cut, where back in the day on PS1 when people got the director's cut, they thought it was going to be the uncensored cutscenes. It was supposed to be, but because of a localization error that Capcom had back in the day, that's why it didn't happen. And they actually gave fans a link to watch the uncut footage on their old computers back in the late 90s, which is just hilarious if you really think about it. So this is cool that it's able to be played. I just think that, fans that are looking for a remastered trilogy like how Tomb Raider was, you're not going to get it. It's very much like how the Metal Gear Solid collection was, in terms of the first PS1 Metal Gear game looked exactly the same. That's exactly what this is. So as you can see from some of the footage that I'm dropping in here, that's exactly what's going on. So I just want to let people know that before you spend the money, but you also might be like, hey, I just want to spend the $10, play the first one, or if you like the whole trilogy, you just want to be able to play them again. That's fine. I think some people are enjoying the fact that they don't need a crazy PC to run this thing. You know what I mean? I don't even know if, it's really that demanding as far as the graphics, because it really is just like you're using this platform to play, a 1997 PC port. So I don't really see, like, computers having a lot of issues running this. But I know that there were some people in my chat that were saying that they had some issues, and other people that were streaming it had some issues as well. The only thing I ran into is that Jill would skip sometimes when she runs, and sometimes when you would click off the game to do something else on your computer, it would just hit with a black screen. It wouldn't actually stay up. So that's another thing that I noticed. I know some games also do that, but usually it doesn't completely cut to black if you click anything at all. But that's another thing that they could fix. The settings are very minimal. I did mess around with some settings after the stream, but nothing seemed to fix the, skipping of Jill and anything like that. So we'll see if that gets patched. But, overall, it's a fun PC port. It's the same exact port that I remember playing on the PC, because I actually have that PC port of the original game hanging over there. So not really sure what their plans are for 2 and 3 being put out on PC as far as the dates. So this release comes down to a couple different things when it comes to the fans enjoying it. The first one is if you're a fan that's already played the mods, the Team X Seamless Projects, the BioRans, all that stuff. If you're already tapped into the PC community mods of Resident Evil, this might not really impress you, but it will give you a way to play them on any PC with the client that it gives you, which is GOG Galaxy. That's what you have to install, kind of like how you have to install Steam to play the games. Here you have to install that, but you can install it on any computer and just play them wherever. So that's cool, and you are supporting an official release from GOG and also Capcom, because they partnered with Capcom for this. So there's that side of the coin. And the other side is, if you're a fan that has never messed with mods before, never really wanted to set all that stuff up, and you just want to turn it on and play, I think you will still really enjoy the flashback to 1996 or 7 if you really want to be specific with the PC port of Resident Evil 1. So it will just be an easier way for people to turn it on and play, and they can just enjoy it like they did back in the day. So you might fall into two of those categories, but honestly, I think most of us fans just want to support this thing because we want to see maybe something like a remaster happen one day with these, or if they hit consoles, maybe they might hire another team that might work on something to give it that remaster punch, like a Tomb Raider remaster where you can go back and forth between the graphics. I think that's why fans were really bummed when they saw this, because they were just like, man, it's just a port. And I know I kept calling it remaster. I'm guilty of calling it that as well, because that's what we really thought this was going to be at first, was a remaster or a remaster trilogy. So we'll take it for what it is. It's not bad. It's not like they're asking for a crazy price. So I would say it's worth it if you are a Resident Evil fan. And if you just want to stick with the mods, you can do that too. You have a choice. That's what's good about PC, is that you always have a choice. So there you go. That's my little review of Resident Evil 1 on PC, 2024 port by GOG Games. And I will keep you updated on Resident Evil 2 and 3, and I will stream them as well to give you my honest feedback. So let's see if any updates happen that fix some of the bugs that are in there, and we'll just keep updated with all the stuff that comes out from Capcom coming up into this summer. We're not sure if we're going to get any Resident Evil announcements this summer, or they might wait until the fall. Let's see, but our fingers are crossed, and that's about it. So don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here to LTRE, and leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the ports. Is this what you wanted? Did you want a little bit more? And did you just enjoy playing them anyway? Because you're just like, screw it, it's Resident Evil, and I'm going to play it. Let me know down below, and I will catch all of you in the next one. Take care.